All right, welcome again to Minute of Peyton. So this is an overview of what Minute of Peyton is, because that's not an intuitive name to some people who haven't heard the background behind it. Oh, I need to be able to put this up. I got it.
I can do it for you, Peyton.
There we go. Okay, so who am I? I am Peyton Fitzgerald, a recent FRC alum of Team 5459, founding member of the team. I was the marketing lead in 2015-2016, and then 2016-2017, I worked within the mechanical department, and then in 2017 I was the captain and focused most of my efforts in the mechanical department. So in the first 2 seasons, a lot of my responsibilities were mixed within the team, and I got a little bit of mechanical experience, but most of it came in recent years. I'll be mentoring 5459, my team that I was on in high school, and I'll also be starting to mentor Team 125, the Neutrons, coming this fall. It says to present, which is technically in the future, but for the sake of this presentation being still relevant in a couple of months, that's why that's there. And then I'll be studying mechanical engineering at Northeastern University coming this fall and throughout that. So yeah, these are some of the robots that I've been a part of building. This was the robot from 2015 for Recycle Rush for 5459, the robot for Stronghold, which is actually also right in front of me here, and the robot for Steamworks, which is right next to the Stronghold robot. I'm not sure if that's in frame of the camera.
It's not.
Nah.
Okay, maybe we'll zoom to those. Oh, yeah, so I added a transition here for a purpose. It's, I don't have as much experience as some people in FRC. So the question is, why am I trying to do these presentations and be teaching people? I love to learn and I love to teach, and my goal with this presentation is to take what I know, take at least what I have learned, and communicate it to my own team and other teams who might want to watch the videos, and at least get a basis, a start, a good launching point for a lot of people. Okay, so the history of the term Minute of Peyton. So Minute of Peyton is based around an ironic term. Basically, going into the 2016 season, we blocked out a time during the meeting where I would talk about either a cool thing that I found or something that the team was doing. And the team lovingly called it Minute of Peyton because it would never be anywhere close to a minute long. It was usually a very long time of me rambling about whatever I'm doing. And yeah, so I now have a channel on Slack called #MinuteOfPeyton, which is where I talk about stuff that I've learned. And I realized one day the information that I had was useful, but it was scattered in the way I was delivering it and just telling people at random moments what popped into my head. So I wanted to really put it all together in a more sensible way than just kind of spurting out information at times when people who are working on stuff are stressed out about stuff and don't want to worry about learning whatever I'm telling them. And yeah. Oh, these are just some of the presentations that I gave in Minute of Peyton, just some clip slides from it over the years. Oops. Alright, so what's the purpose of these lessons that I'm giving? As I said before, I want to transfer knowledge in a structured, documented way that's not random. I want to also offer updated examples. Many of the presentations that I've found online that I've learned from myself that have been very valuable resources, the examples of the teams used or the pictures used aren't always relatable to me and what I've learned. So I wanted to make recognizable references to teams that are in first to elite teams, and specifically focused around my own team, 5459, teams that are in New England that may be recognizable in that way. And then I wanted to interconnect topics thoroughly, where many are separated when you look for them online. So I wanted to be able to bridge the gap between them, so that it was easier to connect them as opposed to having to go out and search for the connections yourself. Okay, so this is what delivers a successful competition. When you go and you are trying to build the most effective robot, if you want to do well at a competition, what do you have to do? You need an effective drivetrain that either outmaneuvers or overpowers the other robots. Generally speaking, outmaneuvers is the better of the two options. And then you need reliable mechanisms that are effective for making your team either dominant in matches, which means you're in the top 8, you're able to pick your own alliance, or you want to be wanted by those dominant teams who are picking. And generally, it can help you a lot by being picked on the way back for alliance selections by one of the top teams with their second pick. You need reliable electronics and debugged software. You want to make a smart robot, so minimize what the driver has to do in order to deliver a successful result. And you want driver practice and an effective match strategy within each qualification match and for the elimination matches with choosing your team and figuring out what you're going to do. Now that's a lot of stuff there that you have to figure out in order to have a successful competition. But it can sort of narrow down, spanning across a lot of different areas, towards effective, reliable, and then driving, ease of, and the performance in doing so. So if you can get an effective, reliable, and drivable robot, chances are you're going to do fairly well. What I'm going to be covering in these presentations is I'm going to be covering how to make an effective design. Reliability and driving are very important, but that's not the focus of these lessons in particular. A lot of this comes with finishing earlier, testing stuff, and so on and so forth. All right, so enjoy the rest of my presentations at the end of the overview of Minute of Peyton. But also, if you have any feedback for these presentations, if there's anything that feels like goes over your head or it's not specific enough, or there's some missing information or incorrect information, I hope there isn't any incorrect information, but just please let me know. My email's peyton@ipswich5459.com. Relatively simple, and yeah, so I hope you all enjoy these presentations. And that is the end of the overview.